Well, I don't really want to go into too much activation and all this kind of stuff at the minute. Clearly, the result, not the result we wanted, so I'm not going to evaluate my players here right now. What I know that it's a bit of a bitter blow for us. We felt that we've done enough to come away with something from the game, and unfortunately, that hasn't happened. And we are leaving Jamaica with an empty hand. So clearly not happy about certain things, but it is what it is. We can't change the result at the moment, but certainly from a performance-wise, I'm very pleased with my players. Um, we think that we've been felt like it's been hard done from our side, but that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you don't really get what you put in, and it doesn't show that way for us. So yeah, it's a tough one for us to swallow tonight. Yeah, listen, you get deflated at some point, right? You can't score 3 goals away from home and one of them not count at some stage. It's a defining moment in the game. We all know that goals really change the momentum in the game, and we felt we scored a genuine goal first half. We felt also that a penalty which we should have gotten, and then that wasn't given. So when you're constantly getting rejected, I can understand, and I'm not saying we really have conceded. We give them the first goal. You look at, we've been dominating the games. You look at the database, and when we looked at everything else, we control the game away from Jamaica. They've been given 2 chances, certainly from our side, and they took those 2 chances. So from that perspective, we're hugely disappointed. But clearly, we are scratching our head how Jamaica take 3 points from us.
Coach Yorke, after 2 Jamaican defensive blunders, your team were able to put the ball in the back of the net. Have you been able to see a replay of both of the goals?
I haven't looked back. I haven't had a chance to look back because that doesn't really change the results of the game. I think by the time it's all done, we'll go back and reflect and look at it and see what we can sort of revise. By the moment, as I said, it's a bit of a blow for us. We came in here with every intention, felt that we can get something from the game, and yet we left here with nothing to show, despite the performance from the players, despite dominating Jamaica in their home turf, outplaying them, more shots on target, scoring 3 goals and not getting one. So there's a lot of things in there that are really good, but it doesn't change the scoreline for us, and that's the huge disappointment. Jamaica will feel like they got away with one tonight.
Go ahead.
Coach, just 1 point from no point, I should say from. Why, sorry, 1 point, sorry from. Oh, you lifted players off now. I can't be said that there's still opportunity to qualify for us.
Well, one thing for sure, there's 12 points to play for. I don't think Jamaica will be thinking that they're in the clear as yet. They got Curacao, and I know they beat Bermuda, but Curacao is a very good team, and they will find that out when they play against. And I think Curacao will get a lot of encouragement. They're playing for their own opportunity as well. I'm not sure how the game finished up tonight.
1-3-2.
So they're 1-3-2. So they got everything to play. So that game will be a real nip and tuck. We got to make sure that when we come together again, that we take care of the games in front of us. That's all we can concentrate. We can't change the dynamics of the results now, but what we can control is what in front of us. And of course, we play Bermuda next. They're coming off a 2 defeat. So that I will say, looking at it from our point of view, that is a must-win game to get us back into the thick of things. But it's certainly not over. There's a lot of points to be played. We know how quickly football changes. You've seen it tonight. We felt that we should have gotten something from the game, but we didn't. But we got to keep going with the performance that we put in. Certainly the first 2 games, I think we don't deserve to lose any of those games, but yet we got 1 point, and that's, you can't say much for that. As much as we think we dominate Jamaica, we dominate the game at home, we just haven't converted. In that final third, we seems to be lacking a little bit, and we need to be a little bit more clinical in those areas, especially when we dominate in teams like we have.
Go ahead.
All right, Coach, just looked at the stats and I saw where you were dominant in most of the areas, yet still you could come out on the losing side. From your perspective as a coach, what are the positives that you take away from tonight?
Well, I'm proud of my players. I've always felt that we have, a good intention, and we're showing that. We have certainly, the positive is that, we play well, we dominate Jamaica, we dominate Curacao, and yet we only still got 1 point. I felt that the players, the instruction, we just making these little blunders and letting teams in. So really causing us those little problems. Teams are not really creating chances to beat us. We actually gifting these teams. And I think it's an area that we just have to be better. We're showing at times that we can really be resilient. But when you give teams the head start like we have given Jamaica tonight, it's a little bit of a blow. But outside of those chances, you look at Jamaica, they haven't really got a chance and goal. We really have gift them 2 goals. But there's a lot of positive in there for us. There's a lot of encouragement. We just got to keep going. We got to continue to believe. We're showing that we're a good team. We just need to make sure and get those little luck going in our favors when it matters.
But Frank, I'm pushed down. Using a boxing terminology, fighting off the ropes. Where you are now, how confident are you? Will you be instilling that? You know, you're on the ropes, but you can fight back. Hopefully, with also coming with a knockout push.
Yeah, we have been in football long enough, and you know, quickly things have changed. Curacao is to get a point, or even that game, a draw, or you know, Jamaica lose that game. I think as I said, we can't really worry about what's is happening. We know that the next game in front of us against Bermuda is a crucial one. And that's our main aim at the moment. We know, okay, we're playing catch up at the moment, but I've been in football long enough to know that it's never over until it's really over. So I've got to make sure that to keep the boys positive, we will reflect back on the 2 games in terms of how we play. We just need to tidy up a few things, but overall, the performance, I'm sure everyone who's looked at those both games, Trinidad and Tobago should not be in the position that we're in. But we are. It is what it is. We're going to need to dust ourselves down. We need to regroup again and look forward to the Bermuda game away next time.
All right, go ahead.
Coach, commiserations. What are some of the positives? Following from my colleague's question, what are some of the positives that you take from the way that you wanted to set out a position today and how the team executed the certain patterns of play that you practiced?
Well, it's something that we've been working on in terms of the pattern. The guys, I think that they did what we wanted to press Jamaica in their own half, and what we find Jamaica was just going from back to front very quickly. They didn't want to play out. So to not have the courage to play at home and play the way that they did was a little bit disappointing. But we stick to our game plan. I like the attitude. I like the intensity that we played. And as I said, we feel like we got Jamaica where we wanted them. It's just goals change games, right? And in every aspect, you look at the stats, it shows the stats on the database. But the one stats that's gone against us is the goals, and they beat us. They certainly beat us in that department. And at the end of the day, I can sit here and talk about pattern of play and how dominant we are and all that. It's all about results, and Jamaica got the results and we didn't.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Extra Time TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe.